5:30 a.m. first day of deer season 2020, and you can be guaranteed there's snow. Every year for the last 4 years, it has been cold and snowy and minus 20 last year. We don't have those temps yet. Hopefully we're going to have a good week. The plan is to take you guys into the deep, deep woods this week, places I only go when I'm deer hunting, show you some country that nobody else goes to, hopefully get a deer, and maybe find some sign of Bigfoot along the way. Come along, guys. "5:37. Yeah, the roads are pretty empty this morning. So there's only 3 of us this morning hunting, my brother, my dad, and I. And I'm just giving them 20 minutes. They've continued on up the road here. And they're gonna each set up 200 yards apart further down there. 300-400 yards maybe, I don't know. And I'm gonna cut in here and just do a 45-minute hike up over the mountain and see if I can push something towards them. Something about the smell of gun oil and 50-year-old leather. This is my 308 Savage. That's a 57, an antique. I don't know how many deer it's gotten over the years. I've gotten 9 with it. I've owned it since 2012. I bought it from a guy I worked with. But I bet you if this gun could tell stories, man, it's a fantastic old gun. I'm looking out at 300 yards of hardwood here in front of me. And I'm telling you guys right now, if a mouse were to run across a log 200 yards down there, I would see it, I would hear it. My senses are just maxed out right now. This is something primordial. This is a state you go into when it's a survival state. And I love deer season, the first day especially. If you've never done it, you won't understand, but I've been doing this for 35 years. You will physically morph into a high-end killing machine. Your senses just go through the roof. All you hunters out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that. One bend over going in each direction here. First track of the morning. Doe and a fawn. Not what I'm after. Couple hours old anyway. Only -7 and the GoPro will not work. Battery too cold. Changed the battery and 2 minutes in, battery died again. So huge letdown by GoPro today. My GoPro 7 has been giving me issues for the last couple months, and it's not even a year old yet, so I'm still searching for that perfect filming solution. A moose was here eating. Moose tracks. Fresh moose tracks. Cow and a calf. I just put them off this road here. I didn't see them or hear them, but they must have heard me from a couple hundred yards up, and it's all turned over here where they took off. But not what I'm after. I think I went too far. I didn't see anybody this morning, so I think I circled around them way too much. You gotta do small little pushes when you only got 3 guys, so. But day one, I've got lots of energy, so I'm just raring to get out there and see what's here. That's always my problem. I'll end up walking 20 miles the first day. You guys want to know how smart crows are? There's one in the tree back there. He's been following me for the last half mile. They will follow hunters because they know when we make a kill, they get to clean up all the scraps, the hide, the guts, everything we leave behind. And I don't know, you probably can't see it on the phone, but there's one in the tree back there. If I could only train him to get him to show me where the game is, then we'd have a good partnership. Well, I came out where my brother went in, so I wasn't that far off of where I was supposed to be. No sign of those guys. I'll have to track them down and we'll have to start the second push of the day. No squatch, no deer, no moose. Bit of sign up there, but pretty quiet. There's my crow friend back here. He's still following me. Oh, he's got a friend now. There's 2 of them. All right, so Uncle Harv has joined us. We're gonna do the second push of the day. We're in a new spot. This is my favorite place to deer hunt. Been lucky here lots of times. Absolutely crazy thick in here. Even if I saw a deer, I wouldn't be able to shoot it. Temperature's dropping. I really notice it now that I'm just standing up here on a side hill and I'm not walking. It's cold. Wind is picking up. Days like this, when I'm actually out hunting for game, and we got 4 guys tromping through very difficult swamps to get to in areas that nobody goes into, that's when I really question the existence of Sasquatch as an animal. You know, we've hit some places this morning nobody goes, and there's a fresh snow on here from just last night, so if there was anything here, and so it's not just today we're talking about. Between us, we've probably got, my brother and I, 60 some years hunting experience. My dad has 60 hunting years experience himself. Then my uncle's probably 60 years. None of us have ever seen a track that we can't explain. None of us have ever seen an animal. So it's days like this when I'm actually out hunting deer and moose, I really question the validity of Sasquatch as a creature, a flesh and blood animal. First wild critter I've seen today, Uncle Harv. And I could hardly see him, it's so thick. Not gonna lie guys, halfway through the day, probably 5-6 miles hiked, my back is killing me. Am I gonna make it much more today? I don't know. We're gonna go have lunch, light a fire somewhere here. I'm just waiting for a deer to run out in the road here in front of me, and I'll run it over with the truck. We'll make life easy on myself. Oh, not the new paint job.
For what CC? My 50. I got a 55 Husker barn, and I paid on sale 400 and some bucks.
You guys should be discussing deer strategies here, not chainsaws.
Well, we're going to use the chainsaw to cut them in half.
It's like Papa.
You got to get one before you cut it in half, Harv.
Oh, that's a foregone conclusion.
Okay.
Right around the
That's
next
whether
week.
the battery's charged on the chainsaw or
You'll
not.
have to see around.
You guys thought I was silly for buying an electric dirt bike. He bought an electric chainsaw. I think that's even worse. That's even more girly, man. I don't know.
No, that's good. You don't have to worry about getting it started with what's on the back of your bike. I think that's a good idea.
See, this way the deer don't hear you coming, eh, Harv?
That's right. Yeah, they don't hear you cursing after pulling on the starter plate.
Fire doesn't want to go, so get your sandwich ready there, Harv. There you go.
Don't worry, Harv. The chances of him having COVID is very low.
I hardly spit on his sandwich at all. Hardly. Just
fire
a...
Got no
will,
ashes when he blew that. Never. No.
the fire will kill any germs.
So I just left deer hunting early today because it was so wet and crummy out, and look what's running through my yard. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Oh, you better run. 'Cause it is deer season.